we're going to stand on up. Okay, so we're going to do some pranayama in this slow, steady, and strong class. We're going to do some nice breath, some breathing exercises. But first, we're going to sort of move it all around first with some standing stretches. So stand like a tree pose. Squeeze your legs together. Lift up through your heart. Draw your shoulders back. Let your shoulders come down. Draw your chin back a little bit. And feel the bottom half of your body rooted into the earth and the top half lifting up to the sky. And then open your arms, open your heart, stretch your palms out and up, and then take your shoulders back. Inhale, straight up, up, up. Keep rooting through your feet, lifting through your hands. Exhale your arms down. And now take your feet a little further apart. And then exhale, release, bend your knees, and then stretch up again. Slow exhale down, navel to your spine. Inhale back up. Exhale, navel to your spine. Inhale, reach up. 2 more times like this. Try to keep your torso straight up and down. What do you call a bagel that does yoga? What do you call a bagel that does yoga? Exhale your arms down. You call it a pretzel. Okay, now interlace your fingers, place your palms out, shoulders back, and now bend both knees and then lift your arms up. Bend your elbows so you're like an accordion. Your elbows are bent and your knees are bent. Now lift up, stretch up through your spine, up through your torso, up through the back of your spine, up through the front of your spine. And then bend your elbows, bend your knees again. Push through your legs, lift through your heart. Exhale. Imagine you're growing 1 inch taller. Exhale. Bend your knees like an accordion and then stretch out. 1 more time. Exhale your arms down. Now, place your right leg over your left leg. Push both legs down. Squeeze your hips together. Squeeze your inner thighs together. You can place your hands on your thighs. Now, bend your spine to the right as you press your hips to the left. You can keep your arms on your hips like I'm a little teapot, short and stout, or you can reach your left arm out and over your ear. Make sure your hand is active, not sort of a floppy hand, right? That's un-yoga. Stretch your hand long, up and over. And you can always take the advanced variation. You can smile. Yep, that's advanced yogi. Whenever you feel yourself smiling at yourself or smiling, that's an advanced pose. Unwrap and then rewrap. Left leg over your right. Squeeze yourself together. Squeeze your hips, squeeze your inner thighs, press to your legs. And you can stay here with your hands on your hips. Bend your spine to the left, press your hips to the right. Optionally stretch that right arm out, up and over. So our breath is our most powerful healing modality. Let's tune into it. Accept it. Breathe with it. Come on up. And we'll go again to the first side. Right leg over. Press your feet down. Yeah. See if you can even maybe square your hips a little bit. Tone your belly. And then bend to your right. Lateral stretch for your spinal column. And all these organs are getting a nice stretch. These are getting a little bit of compression. Both are good. And then optional left arm stretches out over your ear. Our breath is always breathing us. Come on up. And then we'll go over to the last side. The inhale is what we usually put more energy into. Squeeze your legs together. Square your hips. Lift up through your chest. And then optionally, arm up as you bend. So we have something that's called a diaphragm. It's like an umbrella behind the lungs. So we want to keep that active with a strong exhale. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Good. Unwrap yourself. And let's just shake it out a little bit and do some hip circles. And you can do some shoulder circles. Hips and shoulders. So normally we put more energy into our inhale than our exhale. And when I learned this fact, I read it in the breath book by James Nestor. I know Pat's reading it. Maybe some of you others have been reading it too. So the inhale, we do that more energy. We put more energy into the exhale, just comes. Make your hip circles and loosen your shoulders the opposite way. So the exhale sort of just comes. And we're going to practice focusing on energizing our exhale to expand the capacity of the lungs, the diaphragm, which is the anchor for all the other systems, the digestive, the nervous system, circulatory system. All right. And then stand with your legs parallel. Take your left leg out, back behind you, anchor it down. Reach your arms up. And then you can bend your knees a little, bend your elbows again if you'd like, as you press your hips to the left and bend your torso to the right. This sort of just anchors you down maybe and gives you can maybe feel a little more space when you do this action. Come on up, unwrap, and take the right foot back behind you. And then you can bend your knees, bend your elbows, and then lean to the left as you stretch out. Come on up. Exhale your arms down. We're going to do it again. And we're going to focus on the exhale, drawing your belly back in the pose. Left leg back behind you again. If that doesn't feel stable for you, please adjust the pose. You can do this with your legs parallel. Yeah. And then bend your knees. You can interlace your fingers or you can hook your thumbs together. Either way. Bend your knees, bend your elbows, and then lean to the right, stretch out, hips to the left. Inhale to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale to the count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 4. You can count. Exhale 6. Inhale 4. Exhale, 6. And then we'll swing around to the other side. Hips over to the right as you lean to the left. Bend your knees, bend your elbows, and then stretch. See how much space you can get in between your organs. Draw your belly back. Inhale, 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more times like that. Your next inhale, bring yourself up. Legs parallel and lower your arms. Okay, good. Now let's just do a nice back stretch. Stand with your legs parallel, your hip width distance. Bend your knees. Take your hips back. Hands on your thighs, way up by your hip crease. Stick your booty back. Lift your chest up, shoulders back. Feel yourself creating width in your lower back. Yeah. Maybe you can even use your legs to create a little bit more. See if you can use your legs to get your sit bones a teeny bit further apart. And then tuck your tailbone down just a little to get length in your back. Push through your feet and then reach as tall as you can. Exhale your arms down. Uno más, one more time. Check your feet parallel, knees parallel, legs parallel. Bend, hips back. Push your hands into your skin. Push your skin into the muscles. Push your muscles into the bones. Draw your shoulders back, lift your heart up. Lift the corners of your mouth up. That's always optional. You can scowl or you can smile. Sit a little lower, lift your heart up a little more. Good. Push through your legs and stretch up as high as you can. Reach, reach, reach. And then exhale your arms down. Okay, we're going to do one more standing pose before we sit on down. We're going to do a balancing pose. We're going to do tree pose. So stand firmly on your right leg. Feel your right leg pressing into the earth. Lift up to your spine. And then place your left foot, heel on your calf, foot on your calf, heel on your ankle, foot on your calf, or in your upper inner thigh. Not on your knee, please. You don't want to press your foot into your knee or your knee into your foot. So here you squeeze your foot into your leg wherever you are. And you can bring your hands in front of your heart. It's so wonderful to know about these self-healing yoga poses and breathing poses that we can do. And we'll go to the other side. Of course, food helps too. And friends. Root through your left leg. Lift up through your spine. And you can keep your heel on your ankle if you're practicing, and then you can come up like this and go back down. Yeah. And if you fall out, lose your balance, that's okay. We just play and practice. Want to steady your breath and steady your gaze and see what happens. Exhale, release your arms and release your legs. Okay, shake a leg, And we're going to practice it one more time. It's very good for strengthening the back and creating stability and strength. So firmly on your right leg. Even squeeze your right kneecap. And then pick a spot somewhere out in front. Look there. And then put your left foot on your calf or inner thigh or on your ankle. Push your foot into your leg back into your foot. Hands in front of your heart. For our tree pose, optionally stretch your tree branches up. Shoulders back, lift your heart up. I like to feel Earth's energy coming up through me, heaven's energy coming down. This pulsation of the universe, pulsation of our breath. Exhale, come on, down. Last time. And maybe you'll notice one leg's easier than the other for you. This can happen. And you can always hold on to something, that's fine. The 10 ways. There's 10 ways to be happy. This is guaranteed, 10 ways to be happy. Number 1 is never criticize yourself. Number 1, never ever criticize yourself. And then 2 through 10 will fall in place. Exhale your arms down and your leg down. Good. Okay. We are going to come down to our mats. So come to the top of your mat. Stand with your legs parallel. Yeah. Inhale, reach up again. Reach up, bend your knees. Take your sit bones back. Exhale, fold. Put your hands down on the outside of your feet. Step yourself back for our BFFP. Best friend forever pose. Downward facing dog. And this is such a good pose. We create a lot of strength here. So don't walk your dog. We're taking a steady pose here. Well, you can if you want, but let's practice not this time around. Get your weight back into your legs. Get your hips up and back. Take a peek up to your hands. And then really press down through the pads, your fingers, your metatarsals, where your fingers meet your hands. Yeah. So they'll have strong gecko hands in this stance. Take your inner thighs up and back. Outer hips up and back. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. And set your knees down. All right, now for some nice pranayama breath exercises. So please take a seat. You can sit down. I'm going to move the camera down just a wee bit so we can be closer together. Sit on the edge of a blanket, or you can sit on one block or two. Just want to basically make yourself comfortable. Actually, I know some people are here from the chair yoga. If you want, you can sit in a chair. Yeah. I'm going to sit cross-legged with my sit bones on the edge of the blanket so my thighs can come down. And then if you're like this, here's an extra little foundational thing we can do. Lean to one side, get a hold of your inner thigh, your glute muscles, and pull your sit bone back out and apart. Set it down. That feels better. And then keep it there as you do the same thing on the other. Get hold of your inner thigh and your sit bone, your glute muscles, pull it in, back, and apart. Set it down. And then lift up through your spine. So we're going to focus on the exhale. I'm going to have you inhale to the count of 4 through your nose. We're going to do breath retention to the count of 7. Then we're going to exhale and squeeze all the air out of our belly, of our lungs, really expanding the diaphragm. And then we're going to do that for the count of 8. And then at the end of the 8 count, pretend like you're trying to squeeze the last little bit of ketchup out of the bottle or something like that. I want you to squeeze your lungs one more time, see if you can get the last little bit out. Okay? So I'll talk you through 2 times and let you continue. This class is recorded, so you can repeat this often. Such a good one. This is a very powerful, calming, strengthening breath. Exhale fully. You can close your eyes. Big inhale through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Slow exhale through your mouth. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Squeeze the last little bit out. Big inhale through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. Breath retention. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale slowly through your mouth. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get the last little bit out. And then continue. 4 through your nose. Breath retention 7. Exhale through your mouth 8. You can return to your natural breath at the end of your exhale. Most of us only use about 10% of our capacity of our lungs. We can increase this to 40, 50, or 60%. This also strengthens the beat of the heart, the rate of the heart, and assists with the circulation, calms the nervous system, soothes the lymphatic system. We'll return to that same breath pattern if you're comfortable doing it. Otherwise, just you can inhale to the count of 4, exhale to the count of 8. Deep, big exhales. Okay, I'll count you through 1 time. Exhale fully. Big inhale through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breath retention. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale through your mouth. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Squeeze the last bit out. Big inhale. Do 2 more cycles and then return to your natural native. This helps the whole body work more efficiently. So many different breath patterns from 2,500 to 3,000 years ago. The yogis, the ancients, many different continents knew the healing power of the breath. So what we can do, what I'm trying to do, is just to practice breathing through my nose during the day. We can start there, especially when we exercise. Okay, we'll do some movements now. Lean back, cross your legs your other way. Sit up tall, and then walk your hands right out in front of you. Let your teeth come apart. Your lips touch. Nice hip opener. Stay low. Walk yourself out over your left knee. And remember, please always adjust these poses so it suits your body at this time. You know your body better than anyone. Please make the proper adjustments. Come through center. Nice, stay low. And stretch your torso long out over your right knee. Stay low, stretch yourself straight out. Again, symmetrically. And walk yourself back up. Good. And then, since we're being slow and steady and strong, we're going to come back into our BFFP pose. And if you're from the chair yoga class, you can do your chair dog with your hands on a piece of furniture. Okay, so spread your fingers. You're on your hands and knees. Lift your knees, lift your hips up and back, down, dog. Return to your belly breathing here. You can inhale your belly a little full. Exhale, squeeze your belly back.
On your next inhale, take your navel to your spine and then come to a plank pose. Modify if you'd like by resting your knees down. Either way, shrug your shoulders back, stretch your head out so your cervical spine is in line with your thoracic spine. Everything's lined up here. Push the floor away. Take your inner thighs up. Stretch out through the top of your head. Stretch out through your heels. And we'll stay here just about 10 more minutes. No, I like to just say that. So even if we stay a little bit longer, it doesn't seem so long, right? I read someplace, anyone who thinks a minute's not a long time hasn't done a plank pose for a minute. Up and back, down dog. Stretch it out. Stretch your spine out. Push your gecko hands into your mat and push, pretend like you're trying to push the front of the mat away as you take your hips up, 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 and back, back, back. Exhale, rest your knees down on a blanket or on the floor. And you can press the tops of your feet down here. Arms straight. And we're going to massage the spine to keep it limber, flexible, resilient. So as you exhale, take your navel up to your spine again. Tuck your chin in. As you exhale, you bring your belly back. As you inhale, you let your belly hang. You melt your heart. Lift your head up. Sit bones up. A few more times like this. Exhaling, stretching out your spine, navel up. Inhale, let your belly hang. Melt your heart. Reach your head up. Go a few more times with the rhythm of your breath. Exhaling as you round. Inhaling as you arch, as you extend. One more time as a rounding. One more time, arching. Good. Come to your forearms. Walk your knees back and come to your bellies. This pose we're going to do here is one of the most strengthening things we can do for our back. Safe and strengthening. So lay down, squeeze your legs together, press the tops of your feet down. Take your hands back behind you and hold your hands behind you. Press your feet down, press your thighs down, press your pelvis down, lift your head up, lift your shoulders up, lift your heart up. And then take your hands back towards your heels. You can rest down a little bit, not all the way, just part way. Still hold the pose. On your next inhale, lift your head back up, lift your shoulders up, lift your heart up, look straight ahead. Lift your left shoulder up a little more, then your right shoulder a little more. And then slowly come on down. Turn your head to the left and relax. Unclasp your hands. Feel the vitality pulsing through your body. I regret going to that yoga class. Said no one ever. One more like this. Hold your hands behind your back the other way, your non-dominant way.
Yep, squeeze your legs together, press them down. And then on your inhale, lift your chest, your head, your shoulders up. See if you can take your hands back towards your feet. Right shoulder up a little more and back, and the left one. Do it for your health, do it for world health, world peace. Come down part way, hold the pose, just come part way. Let's have more sanity and more peace in the world. Inhale up. More compassion, more empathy, more smiles. Go up higher. And then slowly exhale yourself down, turn your head the other way. Emphasize your exhale. Take your belly back. Good. Now come up to your forearms, like a Sphinx pose. Yeah. Have your arms firmly down, your hands down with your gecko hand, and then press your arms down. Pull your heart forward and shrug your shoulders back. And now tuck your toes. And then tuck them up a little bit closer toward your hips. Lift up your thighs. Lift up your legs, lift up your thighs. And now lift up your booty. Forearm plank. Wonder if we could do it for a minute. I did a handstand for a minute before we started. I wanted to energize myself for you. I set the timer. Okay, Kelsey, now it's time for a joke. If you need to come down, it's okay, come down, then come back up. We just play. Don't take it too seriously. We just play. And little by little, we get stronger and stronger. I know Kelly's onto this. And many of you, Arabella, who've been practicing with me, we do get stronger. You can set your hips back down and then make a pillow with your hands. You can rest your forehead or your chin in your hands. And then come back up to your forearms. Okay, I'm gonna give you another variation for this. Hold your hands and then anchor your heels of your hands down. Make fists with your hands, squeeze, interlace your fingers. Yeah, shoulders back, heart lifts. This is Debbie's favorite pose. Tuck your toes extra close. That gives you the tension to hold yourself together. Yeah, yeah. And then lift up your thighs. And now your hips. Lift your hips up. Melt your heart. Stretch out through your heels, out through the top of your head. Lift your inner thighs up. We'll hold this for 8 more counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5, 8. Okay, come on down. And then make a pillow with your hands. You can rest your forehead down, your chin down, or just feel. And roll over to your backs. if you have a block, put the block in between your feet. If you don't have a block, pretend like you do. Keep your legs parallel. It just helps to keep the feet active, so they're participating. And now interlace your hands behind the base of your skull. Lift up your head, lift up your chest. Now exhale your right chest up towards your left foot. Inhale down. Exhale your left chest up to your right foot. Inhale down. And we'll keep going like this. As you exhale up, your belly button's coming back to your spine's coming back to your mat. We'll do 8 of these. I'm counting. You can just do them. Just feel. Exhaling up. Inhaling down. And then rest your head down. I think I counted right. I think I did. You could put your hands in a catch position, drop your block, and catch it. Good. And then set the block aside. Set your feet down, hip width distance apart. We're going to open up the front of the body so we're strong, but yet we're sensitive to those around us. So shoulders down. You can actually bend your elbows to begin with and bring your elbows nice and close to your torso. Feel the back of your head down. Should feel a curve in your neck. Press to your feet, anchor your shoulders and head down, and then bottoms up. Lift your hips all the way up as high as they will go. You can also bring your arms down behind you. And then see if you can get your shoulders a little closer together. Lift your heart up. Belly breathing. Inhale your belly up. Exhale your belly back while your hips are still up. If you need to, press back down through your feet to get your hips up again. That's encouraged. That's gravity will just sink us back down so we can use the power of our legs to lift our hips back up. Unclasp your hands if you have them clasped, and then set your hips back down. And we'll do it again. Shoulders down, feet down, and you can take the arm variation that suits you. Bottoms up, Sunday bottoms up. It's a celebration. Pomegranate juice. I drink that almost every morning. I love it. Now come up on one set of toes if you want, then the other set of toes. Walk your feet back and then lift your hips higher because you're on your toes. See if you can bring your shoulder blades closer together and lift them up to have your chest open. Belly breathing. If you're on your toes, walk one foot out, then the other foot out, then unclasp your hands and lower your hips down. Place your hands back on your thighs like we did in the standing pose, right up by your hip crease. Push your thighs away. Take your lower back down to your mat to give your back traction. And release. Take both legs out, stretch them straight out, squeeze them together. Bring your arms down. Actually, now place your hands underneath your butt, under your glute muscles, palms down, elbows out. You can take your shoulders back, feel your head down. Spread your toes. Squeeze your legs. Squeeze your kneecaps. Inhale your right leg straight up. Exhale, stretch it back down, long, long, long with your toes active. Anchor down. And we're going to inhale the leg up to the count of 5. Inhale, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll hold it for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With your toes spread, stretch it long to the count of 5. 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll do that a few more times. Inhale your right leg up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep it pressing up to the sky. 2, 3, 4, 5. Stretch it long as you lower it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Press that right leg down, right heel down. Inhale your left leg up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press it to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, I count. It went to 6. Okay, right leg up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press it up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale it down. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Left leg up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press it up to the ceiling. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep your toes spread as you stretch it long down. 2, 3, 4, and 5. One more time. Up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Press it up. Make sure your toes are spread. Stretch it down. And anchor right leg down. Inhale, left leg up. We'll do the count of 5. And counting silently. You got the groove. You can count 2. And long to the count of 5. Good. Squeeze your legs together. Anchor your shoulders down. Anchor the back of your head up. Let's see if we can do this. Spread your toes. Big inhale. Hoist both legs up. Good. Exhale them down slowly, 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 slowly. Stretch them out, out, out as you lower, resist gravity. Let's see if we can do it one more time. Your belly, your breath. Big inhale, legs up. And we'll lower them. And we'll make it one more time, a third time. Your shoulders are down, hands are down. Back your head down. Use your inhale to hoist your legs up. Slow exhale as you bring them back to the earth. And then lift up your booty, take your hands out. They stuck to the mat. Okay. And then bring your legs up, bend your knees. Cross your right thigh over your left thigh. And then scoot your hips about 6 inches to the right. Drape your knees down to the left. Wow, that was good. And left hand on your knee, hip, wherever you'd like it. Reach your right arm out the opposite way and turn and look out over your right shoulder. Sending the circulation in your prana, your breath, up and down your spinal column, into your shoulder, into your hip. And on your inhale, bring your arm down and then lift your legs up, uncross. Left thigh over your right thigh. And scoot your hips a little to the left. Drape your knees down to the right. And reach out through your right shoulder as much as feels good. It's all about feeling good. Check if you're breathing through your nose with your teeth apart, lips together. Inhale your knees up and cross. And then roll over to your side. We're going to end with the Kelly pose, legs up the wall. So if you have a blanket, if you don't have a wall nearby, a blank wall, you can use a piece of furniture, chair, something. Just lay your blanket out right up by the door, whatever you have there. And sit sideways by the wall. You can sit like maybe a foot away unless your hamstrings are really open and you can touch your toes easily when you're standing. Otherwise, have your butt away from the wall and then you turn yourself around. You do the hokey pokey. No. Okay, legs up the wall. The weight of your legs grounds down into your hip sockets, making you feel steady. Feel that weight coming down. You can place your hands on your belly. See if you can get your chin tucked in ever so slightly. You can cover your eyes with a cloth if you have it. And please do conscious breathing with a slight expansion of your belly on your inhale and the slight contraction of your belly on your exhale. See if you can ease into that. Slow. Breathe slowly. Breathe deeply.
Return to your breath. Take a couple more big, slow breaths. Bend one leg, press your foot into the wall, then the other. Use one foot, see if you can start scoot yourself out a little bit to the right, then out a little to the left. And then keep going little by little, right to left, right. So you don't get yourself in a bunch, just rolling over without moving away from the wall. Roll to the side, rest your head in your forearms for a moment. And then use your hands to lift you back up to seated. For fast acting results, we can remember to return to our breath. Thank you for joining me for this slow, steady class. Want to let you know, August 15th is going to be the next Sunday class. And it's not going to be on the lungs with Carrie. It's going to be on the spleen and stomach. August 15th is on the spleen and the stomach, co-teaching with Carrie Loeb again. So acupoints, acupressure, and yoga poses for the stomach and the spleen. From the love in my heart to the love in your heart, namaste. Have a beautiful rest of your day. You can keep watching this class for a month or two. I'll unmute you.